The Battlefront Network, brought to you by Aeterno Studios.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Battlefront Network today with me, Tom. Thank you for tuning in. So, Electronic Arts and DICE have already confirmed Hoth as a map that will be featured in the new Star Wars Battlefront game. But will this be the only classic map that makes a return? Or will we see a whole host of classic maps being implemented into the game? Well, that's what today's video will be covering. However, before we get on with the video, I have placed a link in the description below to a survey that I have created that you can fill out to choose your favourite map from the two previous Battlefront games and which map you would like to see make a return in the new game. So please do feel free to take a look and fill it in, as I'll be making a new video going over the results. Right, so classic maps. There are of course many to choose from and many that will be left out, but really DICE needs to be immersing players into the very feel and atmosphere of the movies, as of course that is really the core of the gameplay of the games. However, choosing from the classic maps that are available to use that can bring back and keep that feeling and magic, if you will of course be a difficult decision. Now, going off what I've seen in the comments and forums talking about maps in the previous Battlefront games, I have made a list of the ones that would hopefully be a good addition to the new game. And first off, we have Bespin Platforms, a very popular map that's actually talked about quite a lot. And the map itself incorporates large vehicular combat between piloted ships and infantry combat. And just by looking at it and then playing it, it is clear that there is potential for the map in the new game, given its big part in the Star Wars movies and its layout. However, when thinking about these maps and how they would look if they were to actually return in the new Star Wars Battlefront game, should they just get a reskin and some polish, or should they actually return as completely redesigned maps with the same structure and basic design, but with extra bits added in? Let me know in the comment section below. Now, the second map is a huge icon within the Star Wars movies and would have so much potential if it was placed in the new Star Wars Battlefront game, and that is of course the Death Star. Now, there is the possibility for two versions of this map, one of those being inside the actual Death Star itself, which you've already previously seen in Star Wars Battlefront 2, and the second one being an actual space battle on the outside of the Death Star itself. Now, this will of course present so many opportunities to add in there the movie features and the movie experience. Of course, with it being developed on Frostbite 3, I can imagine this being absolutely awesome with destruction and all the mechanics and all that kind of stuff. It would just be absolutely amazing and would be perfect as a classic map to return in the new game. But there should be a mix between bringing back or incorporating the movie features through these maps, and also bringing back the gameplay mechanics and just the fun times and the memories from the previous two Battlefront games. This would include things like the trash compactor, the destructible bridges, and the actual weapon itself firing from the Death Star, in the middle of gameplay, just like it did on Star Wars Battlefront 2, which you can see on your screens now, and that will just make it absolutely perfect and awesome just as a map and to be a classic map to return for the new game. Those two maps, Bespin Platforms and the Death Star, represent the Galactic Civil War basis of the game. So what could we have as a map to return in the new game as a classic map for the Clone Wars? Well, one example would be Geonosis. Now, I've chosen Geonosis as an example for the Clone Wars as a classic map to bring back, just for simple fact because the map is very big, and if you look at it now compared to some of the other maps, it's quite big. And I just think that maybe this technology that we have now, Frostbite 3, as the new Star Wars Battlefront game is being developed on that by DICE, we'll be able to have more AI, hopefully in instant action, in the offline features, and a lot more players online. So that will be able to incorporate the massive surge of players on the map at one time and just the hectic gameplay. And of course, it will incorporate all of the movie features and movie experiences of the Battle of Geonosis between the clones and droids, with of course the vehicles in the movies that fire lasers at the big spherical ships that go up into space to reconnect with the big capital ships. That would be awesome if it could include a feature where you could shoot one down and of course it crashes and causes a sandstorm, or just a naturally occurring sandstorm on the map. All of those things would come into play to make a really nice experience on Geonosis, which would be a classic map returning for the game. So they are just a few maps that could come back as classic maps in the new Star Wars Battlefront game by EA and DICE. But tell me in the comment section below which maps would you like to see return, and also go ahead and click on that link in the description below to the survey where you can of course do the same thing, and I can use the results of that to make a new video on the most popular maps of which you want to see come back. But if they were to do this and bring the maps back, how would they do it? Would they do it as free DLC, as like an update later on down the line from the release of the game, or would they do it as paid DLC like they have with Battlefield 4, with the return of Operation Metro and maps like that? Or would it be already in the game by default, so when we all buy the game and it's actually released, they are already there, actually in the game, so we can use them straight away? Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching the Battlefront Network today with me, Tom, on the classic maps. Stay tuned to the Battlefront Network for updates, news, and everything on the Battlefront games and the new Battlefront coming 2015 by EA and DICE. So, thanks for watching, and until next time, goodbye.